Hi everyone, I've gotten a lot of requests lately about how to play an entire solo over a 12-bar blues in the style of B.B. King. I put a couple lessons out there recently about how to show just licks in the style of B.B. King over certain parts of the 12-bar blues, but I have not done a lesson yet where I show you how to put those licks together over a full 12-bar blues structure. So that's what this lesson is about. It's about showing how to play B.B. King style licks and also how to play them over the 12-bar blues. So I broke this down into 10 licks. I'm going to play through them one by one. Of course, I'm going to show you how to play the lick, but more importantly, I'm going to talk about the underlying chords, how those licks sound over those chords and why they fit over those chords. So I'm going to be talking a lot about that. So a lot of the theory that goes behind the licks in addition to the licks. So that's the plan for the day. I'm going to show the entire solo that I played at the beginning of this video from beginning to end. So let's get started. Here is the first lick. So there's the first lick. This is a really stock standard intro lick that I've showed in some of my other lessons. This is a great go-to lick that B.B. King played a lot. So let's break it down. This entire lesson is in the key of C. So it's a 12-bar blues in the key of C. So when we're playing a 12-bar blues in the key of C, of course we're first starting on the C. So the idea here is we're playing the major pentatonic scale over the major key. And that works because we're playing major notes. Like the major third on the C, right? So if I were to go up the C major scale, the third note, that's what makes a major chord a major chord. So when I play a lick like this over the chord, it really sounds good if I throw that note in there. So throwing that one little note right there, that really makes the lick, where I hit the major third, which in this case is the E. Because again, that's what makes the C sound like a C major. So that's the idea behind this lick, really. But a really standard and a great versatile go-to intro lick. So one more time at a slow speed. And really quick too, when I'm going up the scale, you got a couple options here. I can land just on the 9th fret. I can slide up to it instead. Or I can even hammer on. So you got a lot of different options there. None of them are wrong. So try different ways and see what you like. One more time at a slow speed. So there's the next lick. Let's break this one down. This is played over the 2nd bar. And because we're playing over the F now, so the 12-bar blues is going like this. That F chord right there is the 2nd bar. Whenever we're playing the F, which is the 4 chord to the C, we play the minor pentatonic scale instead of the major pentatonic scale. And the reason that sounds good, if you've seen my other lessons, I've been through this, it sounds good because of the flat 7. That goes better with F than the major third of C, which is the major 7th of F. That doesn't sound as good as this. So that's why we play the minor pentatonic scale over the F. So this lick is all minor pentatonic. Starting the 13. Now we land on the C when we hit this C note, the 10th fret on the 4th string. And then the next note we play is that little double stop hammer up there. So 8 to 9 on the 3rd string. You can also hit the 8th fret on the 2nd string at the same time if you want to get that that sound right there. But the idea is we're going into the minor pentatonic for a second when we're playing over the F. And then when we get back to the C, we're right back into the major. And that's the lick. So let's play this one more time at a slow speed. So there's the next lick. This is played over the third bar. So the 12-bar blues is going like this so far. So we go play C for 1 bar, F for 1 bar, and C for another 2 bars. This lick happens on the second bar of that C when we go back to the C. So we come out of this lick right here. And that's where that lick happens, in the second bar of C. So really watch that timing there. So basically the lick is starting on, you play 1 beat of that second bar of C, beat 2, and then after 1/8 note, you do the, it's really a feel thing. You got to get the feel down. That's much easier than trying to think of the timing in your head. So I'll play through it one more time coming out of this lick so you can really feel when that lick comes. So it's like this. That's where the lick happens. A great little lick, major scale, major pentatonic scale. We're starting on the flat 7th. So I guess that's kind of minor pentatonic scale. But it's the dominant 7. It goes really well over the C. Then obviously 8 to 9, that is the major 3rd of C. And then we land on the C note. So there's the next lick right there. Now this one is played over the next F chord. So we go like this in the 12-bar blues. When we get to that next F chord, that's where this is happening. Great little simple minor pentatonic lick. Just 8, 10 from the 3rd to 4th, and then 2 little hammer-ons. That little double hammer-on thing is a great thing that you can throw around a lot of places. So get that little simple 2-note lick down, but that's the lick one more time at a slow speed. There's the next lick. This is one of my favorite licks to play over minor. So in the 12-bar blues, we're still on the F. So let's play through it again. It's over that second F chord, the second time around, we're playing this. So minor pentatonic scale, and that's the lick. Now the tricky part of this lick is basically a minor triad. So we're starting on the 10th fret on the 3rd string, and then we go down the minor triad. That's 8, 8 on the 2nd and 3rd, and then 10 on the 4th. So minor triad. The tricky part about this lick is making sure those notes kind of bleed together. You don't want to make them sound staccato. You want to make them roll right into each other. You can even throw a little bend on the 8th fret there. That's a cool effect too. But anyway, that's the lick. So there is the next lick right there. This one we're going down the minor pentatonic scale because we're starting on the F chord. We're still playing on the F chord because we played this lick right here. And then the next note is starting on the C. So that's where the C starts. So that's kind of a major sound, right? Because this note right here, the E, is the major third of C. Same note as that, right? So we're back in the major pentatonic scale. This one's just a little bit different because we're playing in a slightly different position. We're not staying up here. We're going a little bit down lower on the neck. But same basic idea. So we're going from the minor scale now, and we're landing on the major scale. So that's the key part of the lick right there. Perfect blending of minor and major pentatonic scale. There's the next lick, very classic B.B. King style, and then we got this triplet here. Anytime you do that, you pretty much owe that to B.B. King. Another little 3-note, 4-note lick that is a great little lick to pull away from this. So this one, the takeaway from this lick is that we're still playing over the C because we just came out of this, rather that. We're still playing over the major, but we're playing the minor pentatonic now. So we're kind of breaking that rule where we play the major pentatonic over the major scale and the minor pentatonic over the F chord. We're playing the C chord, but we're playing this minor lick over it. And the reason we're able to get away with that is because we're in the next bar, we're going to the turnaround. We're going to the G, and we're going in to the G into the F. So what you can kind of do with when you're improvising, if the next chord and the next bar fits that scale, you can play that scale. So even though we're playing C right here, because the minor pentatonic scale fits over the chord in the next bar, you can kind of anticipate it and start to play it even though the C chord is still happening in the background. So that's the takeaway from this. But other than that, a pretty simple lick. So starting on the 10th fret here, then we do the triplet, and then either pick both notes or hammer up 8-10. So this lick, we're playing over the 5. We're getting over the G now, right? So we played this in the last bar. We're getting up to the G. And that's the lick. Minor pentatonic scale. So, again, the rule, whenever you're playing the 1 chord, major pentatonic scale, if you're playing the 5 chord, which is the G in this case, or the 4 chord, we're looking at minor pentatonic. So that lick, one more time at a slow speed is this. All right, this is a classic B.B. King one. This one we're sliding down from the 20th fret, which is the C note. It's the octave of C down here on the 8th fret. In this one we're playing over the F now. So in the 12-bar blues, we get up to the 5. And it's right when we get down to this F note here. And because we're playing over the F, we still continue in the minor pentatonic scale. So the rest of the lick is this. And because the next note, after the next bar rather, is landing on C instead of F, we're able to get away with this. Hammering up 11 to 12, which you'll notice is the same thing as hammering up 8 to 9 on the third string. It's the same note, the major third of C. So we're kind of back into the major pentatonic scale there. So there's the last lick in the 12-bar blues. Now this one, what makes this one unique, we're playing in the turnaround. In the turnaround is basically like this. We're playing, starting off on the C, and we're landing on the 5 chord, right? That's the last 2 bars of a 12-bar blues. So, because of that, we're starting off, we're on the C, we playing the major notes, right? That's why we're playing that note there. But because we're landing on the G, the 5, we want to land on notes that go with the 5. And the best note to do that is the 5 note itself, in other words, the G. So we really want to land on the G note when we hit that G chord, and that gives it that real turnaround type of sounding lick. So that's the turnaround type of lick. You hear guys like Eric Clapton, who he probably took this idea from B.B. King, when they play those, when he plays the blues, his turnaround licks often sound like that. That's what he's doing there. He's playing a minor lick, and then he's landing on the root note of the 5 chord, in this case the G. So that's the last lick, and that's the last part of the 12-bar blues here. So let's play this one more time at a slow speed.